floods, things like that. So we have melting ice sheets. You can see the Greenland ice sheet. In the last years, it was watched by the Gravity Recovery and Climate Experiment for the years 2002 to 2006. It lost 150 to 250 square kilometers of ice. So you can see these changes here. The red line is where the sheet used to be. The white is where it now is. We have declining Arctic sea ice as well. That has lost about 152 square kilometers a year since in the years, the same years it was watched by the Gravity Recovery Experiment, 2002 to 2006. We see glacial retreat, which is evidenced here. The Alps, the Himalayas, the Rockies, the Andes, glaciers in Alaska, glaciers in South Africa. We're all seeing less and less coverage by the glaciers. We're also seeing smaller snow caps on like Mount Kilimanjaro, huge peaks like that are constantly recorded and surveillanced. And we're also seeing the snow start to melt earlier in the year. Extreme events. So these are all charts that show just records of number of extreme events. So you can see this increase here, an increase here. This is just one extreme event. I chose floods, and that has an overlay of this black line is the annual temperature rise, and the red lines are the numbers of floods. So you can see they're both positively correlated. As temperature rises, we're seeing more floods, we're seeing more geophysical events, earthquakes, landslides, meteorological events, tropical storms, hydrological events, floods, climatological events, extreme temperatures, forest fires, things like that. They're all being recorded. They're all seen that the events caused by high temperatures we have record numbers highs, and the events caused by low temperatures, we have a decreased number of records. Ocean acidification. So as I mentioned before, the ocean absorbs most of the carbon dioxide that's trapped in the atmosphere versus the land. And as it absorbs the carbon dioxide, it becomes, the ocean, the water itself becomes more acidic. And so what that leads to is a decline in coral reefs. Increased ocean acidification hurts coral reefs really badly. And that might not sound like a big deal, but if you look into the productivity of coral reefs in producing oxygen, they're actually the third most productive ecosystem in the world in terms of producing oxygen, just behind temperate and rainforests. So that is incredible. Especially considering the fact that they only cover 1% of the ocean floor. So they're a very small ecosystem, but they do so much for us. And then, so those are all the signs of global warming that I chose to focus on. There's many, many more, and I encourage you guys to please go look through them. There isn't a one thing I can say that this needs to happen tomorrow or everything's going to be gone. Scientists are really positive that if we make changes, we can slow the effects of global warming. We can hopefully stop and maybe even reverse them, but we need to take steps now. We need to be conscious of our carbon impact in the world. We need to recycle trash and hopefully just really reduce the amount of trash, plastic bags, things that are just being thrown, made for single use and thrown into the ocean, the waters, the landfills. It's really bad for the world, and we live in that world, and we benefit so much from everything that is there. So we need to protect it, and I would love for you guys to kind of help me in this mission. So talk to your friends and family, have well-educated scientific discussions about why you think this is or isn't happening, and be really open to changing your opinion if you're someone who has doubts and has been told by people in industries that benefit from climate change denial that this really is happening. And overwhelmingly 97 to 99% of scientists are backing this theory and saying that humans need to do something to stop it now. All right, thank you guys. I know this video is a little kind of not by the book and long, but it's a hard topic to really get in and out of. So I appreciate you guys staying with me and anyone who had the time to watch this after. Thank you.